This is Ashtar Sheran with a message for those of the light who are awake and aware. Recently, your Notre Dame Cathedral was burned. Much of the building was damaged. Donations came in numbering in the millions of dollars to repair this structure. The building is owned by the Catholic Church. Do you think they require these monies to repair it? Where do you think these monies will be going? To the people? Not likely. The shot that was taken at Notre Dame was a shot at the divine feminine, which is the rising energy within you now. Her oppression is over. This shot was directed in anger. This was no loving act. It was an act of frustration on the part of the Chimera group, who are angry that they are losing this war of consciousness. How could a low consciousness group expect to win a war against a rival of high consciousness? Yet strangely, they believe they will. They believe they are strong enough to win against the light, but of course they're not. Consider this a premonition of what is to come. They will be ramping up their attempts to oppress the feminine within you, and you beware of attempts to do so and use your powers to ward off any such attacks. The light is limited as to what it can do in order to liberate your planet and your people. Let me explain the process. We of the GFL, the Alliance, the Delta Forces, are here to liberate you from anything that impedes your free will. That is all. We are here to set you back to a point where each of you can be self-determining again. Because right now, you're not. You're heavily manipulated in the lower energy fields, which throws lower chakras out of balance and inhibits correct thinking. We of the light are here to remove these influences, and it must be done piecemeal, as this is a precarious process. As disturbed as many of you are on your planet, pulling the blankets off in one fell swoop would make you go mad, so it is done slowly with care, and only as the illuminating photon energies will allow for permanency. If it will not make permanent change, it will not be attempted. We of the light do not plan to fail. We of the light are here to serve your best interests, not to destroy your world. We do not attack your cities. We don't want to upset you. The only vehicles that will be destroyed by us are dark vehicles, be they dams, deep underground bases, other underground facilities owned by the Cabal, the Dark Alliance infrastructure that you do not see that overlaps your infrastructure. Yes, your buildings have additions over top of them that you did not build. Although I don't feel that Notre Dame is of the light, it is, however, not an allowable target for our forces. We foresee a future wherein you will take these structures back and use them for their proper purpose, to increase the light and love on your world, not as they have been used in the past, for dark purposes. In using your buildings and infrastructure for itself, the dark has cleverly protected itself from our forces, as it understands we cannot interfere in your lives. That is why you are aware of so many of the dark's infrastructure buildings, and also so that you can partake of them as well as they require your compliance. There is a second reason why the dark has built its buildings upon your planet, and not inside of your planet where their facilities exist that they don't wish you to know about. Understand that the dark does not abide by universal law, therefore has no compunction about lying to you, deceiving you and tricking you. The light is targeting the dark infrastructure inside your planet. Anything that you partake of, or have built, is yours to continue with once we remove all dark influence from your lives. You can hardly carry on from the point that you were living at, if we destroy your entire world. It would be counterproductive for us to do that. What's more, there will be many people who will become aware of our presence if we were to do this, and that would be interference on our part. Please understand universal law, because you'll understand what we of the light abide by. The dark has taught you its own belief system, and it uses your ignorance against us. By becoming informed, you will be more able to understand the dark's ruses, as Sharon does. She assists us in pointing this out to you because it is not considered interference if a light worker does it. She is considered to be an earthling, and earthlings are allowed to inform other earthlings of these matters. Her relaying my message is not an infraction of your free will. If I were to speak to one unaware of the extraterrestrial presence who had not agreed to gain this awareness in their lifetime, this would be considered interference on my part and I would incur negative karma. As I have no wish to do so, I utilize channels such as Sharon to relay my messages. There are many upon your planet whose wish it is to remain unaware of extraterrestrial presence, and for their sakes, we must work in the background. For those who have the desire to know us, we make ourselves available through channels, or through astral contact. Also please become familiar with Jazara law because that is what we are here to implement. We're not here to do any more than that. We are to bring it in, aid in its progress and protect you from the dark re-entering your lives. You will be left at a point where you are self-determining, abiding by Jazara law and protected from the dark. That's our goal as far as the liberation goes. At this point many of you will have contact with the light and will be able to carry this planet on in compliancy with Jazara law with our help. Many of you will become the leaders of your future and you'll have our assistance on a more personal level with this. Destroying your world in the process of liberating it is not our goal. That would be a goal of the dark as it is about destruction, not the light. Anyone who says we are destroying your infrastructure is dark and wants you to fear us. They lie to you to get you to create the reality they want you to believe. And when you resist us of the light, you resist your own light. Me, oh yeah. Then there was the other video I came across last night. That woman said that anyone who channels is automatically channeling the demiurge. Trying to get the message across that contact won't work, so why bother? We're all stuck here in darkness forever. Nice try. Ashtar, yes. Another dark worker. There are channelers who are misled by the dark and it is their responsibility to understand this and to raise their own light quotient to be able to reach their intended parties. For those who listen to these false light channelers it is their responsibility to become more discerning. The dark will tell you the truth, except when they desire to manipulate you. They'll tell you the truth to gain your trust and then lie, hoping you will believe everything they've said. You have to understand this and be discerning. That's something that you all must learn. Lightworkers are here to overcome the darkness in themselves. To the extent that they harbor dark energy, they still won't see the light. I bid you adieu. Adonai. Ashtar.